YouTube? Camodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Scrap Mechanic, and today is an update video. I am very excited about today's video. We now have the piston in Scrap Mechanic. Now, it is in the test branch right now, but it is available for you guys in the game. All you gotta do is subscribe to the test branch and it will download the piston. And this is probably, besides survival, one of the most anticipated things in Scrap Mechanic, and this is going to open up a lot of doors and just a lot of possibilities. I'm really excited. Now, I just now got a hold of this. It's pretty late at night, so I'm going to record this and try to show you what I can and what I've learned in my limited time with the piston. But we're going to go through a couple things here and show you guys just what you can do with the piston. So remember folks, if you're enjoying Scrap Mechanic, leave this video a thumbs up, helps out my channel, and let's jump right into this. Alright, so we're going to jump into a couple activities here. Now, I'm probably going to learn some stuff along the way. Like I said, I am very fresh with the piston here. But if you're wondering what it looks like, let's go ahead and place down a block. Now, it has to be placed on a block. You cannot place it straight on the ground. So we're going to attach it to a block. One more thing that I learned, which I was a little surprised by this. The piston, you see the flat plate on the top? I kind of thought that was going to be able to interact with other objects. But you have to have, we'll call it like a buffer in here. So you have to attach something to it to make it work. I thought maybe it was just going to be able to use that plate and activate it, but no, it has to have something block related, or you can attach pipe pieces. I don't know about suspension. Is that a thing? No, suspension can't be directly attached to it. Now, the piston works like most other things in Scrap Mechanic. You can attach it to buttons, sensors, controllers. Your imagination is the limit here when it comes to the piston. So a couple of the basic things that I thought of, and by the way, this is going to save us a lot of bearings in Scrap Mechanic and pipe pieces, is probably the elevator and the door. So I've got two of these set up here. Now what I've done with the elevator, you can see the piston down below. You've got the little pad here. Now I don't know if the piston has a weight restriction. That's a pretty heavy piece of metal on here, so I'm assuming it doesn't. So yeah, we've got the piston hooked into the logic gate here, which, by the way, I'm not a big logic guy, so I'm pretty sure you can make some really complicated stuff with using logic and pistons together. But what I did, I have an XOR gate here. That way you can activate the elevator from the inside and the outside. Now, the one thing, it's not really a bummer, but I kind of wish it went a little higher. The piston has a max height of 15, so we set it all the way up, and we'll set the speed. Let's go about mid-speed here and test this out. So say if the elevator wasn't on our floor, say it's up here. That looks so great. It's so smooth looking. So say you need to call the elevator, you're going to click this button here. And we're going to walk up here, and we can use the elevator up here. Now, I'm pretty sure you can put this on like a timer, and say after you get out of the elevator, say you trip another sensor, you can have it timed down, and maybe it'll return to, say, the first floor here. So that's pretty cool. Got a couple little things I have to think of to make this a multi-level elevator, because that seems like that's about one story there. So you've got that. We've got a couple examples here with some buttons. We'll check that out here in a second. Alright, as far as doors, everybody likes sliding doors. Say you have your epic base, you need to keep some farm bots out. Everybody wants a smooth door, so let's go ahead and hit this button here. Look at that. That is amazing. Now, you could easily accomplish this in Scrap Mechanic before. It just took quite a few bearings, especially if you had a really big door. So this is just going to make it so much easier to create garage doors, create these sliding doors like this. Same thing as far as like the elevator, you can attach it to a logic gate, so have another switch on the inside. I do want to test, does this have any friction if we put another metal block here? Is that going to be able to go through? Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was a little afraid of having like the metal on metal contact, that it might do something. It didn't do anything to the inside, but maybe if you had another block here. So yeah. You can still hide the door, so say if you were to finish the door frame like something like this, and then you tuck your logic gate in there and then tuck another switch on this side so you can completely close it. That is awesome. Now one thing I thought of real quick I want to try with the elevator. See, I'm learning and I'm thinking of new things to do here. Question is, can we launch ourselves? I didn't put this at full speed. What happens if we stand on this? This might be cool. Let's see. Ready? Oh. Well, that was actually kind of disappointing. I pictured that being faster. Question is, if we delete some weight here, does that change this? Does that make it more nimble? We launch faster? Actually, that seemed like we might have gone a little bit faster. I need to look up what's going on there. I don't know if the piston reacts to weight. Now, some other things that we're going to do here. Let's go ahead and show you a demonstration of the buttons here. So we have like a button, normal button, so you click and hold it, activates the piston. Release it, lowers it. So we can go ahead and change it here. Let's go 15 full speed. There we go. That's kind of cool. I saw in one of the developers, they had a little short video showing them use this, and they actually had these sensors and stairs. So when you'd walk by the sensors, the stairs would pop out with pistons. It was actually kind of cool. So got that. Of course, you have your normal switch here. It can also be activated by a sensor. So we've got this here. So walk in front of it. There we go. Walk away. Now, it also can be switched into a controller. Now, this is where it gets a little bit different here. I haven't really messed around with this yet, but there's a rotation editor here. So say if we were to set that, I'm assuming that's actually the height. So I guess you can make it go in a pattern. So say we'll start at 4. Can we drop it down to 2 here? We'll go up to 6 here. Let's go 1 there. Let's go all the way up to 15 here. Let's go down to 7. So I'm assuming this is going to move in a pattern. So let's do that. Let's make it continue this pattern here. Oh, got to switch that up. Let's go and put that there. All right. Yep, you can see it. It's just going to move in that pattern. Okay, that's actually really cool. I did not picture using those together, but I'm pretty sure there's some awesome stuff we can do with that. So, like that, we're going to leave that on there. Okay, another thing I thought of, and this is, by the way, our concept vehicle from a couple episodes ago. I have not named this thing yet. I'm going to go through the comments, and I will unveil the name next vehicle episode. But yeah, I'm really big into race cars, and one cool thing about a lot of race cars, they have something called an air jack. And what it is just, I guess you can say it's air-powered pistons on the bottom. They'll put in this little hose, and it'll activate them, and it'll lift it off the ground. That way they can change tires. So, same principle here. We're going to do the pistons here. Now, they are kind of poking out. I would probably hide this in the body next time, but I just wanted to see if this would work and if this would lift up this vehicle. And check this out. Boom. Very quick. So, let's go ahead and actually speed that up. I'm just surprised. It seems like there's no limit to the amount of weight that it can handle. And that's something I'm going to have to experiment with even more to figure out if there's anything else that we can do. Because I'm trying to think what's going to keep somebody from placing a house under this. That almost seems like a challenge. Alright, we might have to try that. So anyways, we got it to where it's going to pop up pretty quick now. So drop it. So say your car comes into the pits, you're going to put it up on its jack stands, change some tires, and drop it and get it ready to go. That is pretty awesome. Now another thing. Alright, check this out. This is my lowrider. Obviously, the lowrider's a little complicated under it. You see all the bearings, you see all the craziness going on here to make this thing jump. Now we can eliminate all of that. I've got 2 pistons, one right there and one right there. And now, all we've got to do, got to switch, I have it on a switch, or actually a button here on the side. I'm going to hit the 10 key. Boom, check that out. That is awesome. It's a little odd looking. Of course, the lowrider doesn't have pistons that shoot out the bottom, but this is Scrap Mechanic, and that looks absolutely amazing, so pretty happy with that. So overall, I know, whoa, it's a little bit of a laggy vehicle. Let's go ahead and get that out of here. Overall, I've got a couple things that I'm thinking of. We can utilize these in vehicles, buildings, so say we're doing some town builds. I want to hear what you guys think below. Comment below. Let me know what you guys want to see done with the pistons, or if you have any ideas. Of course, I'm not covering everything here today. There's a lot that I'm going to have to learn, but I've only been playing with these things for about 20 minutes. But we've got one more challenge. We're going to try to lift up a building. I want to see the true strength of those pistons. Alright guys, this is another experiment, and yes, I welded the Starbucks to the piston. So, question is this going to actually work? I don't know. Alright, we got the piston set on 15 speed. Let's go about midways. Oh, it actually moved. Oh boy. Alright, so there is a certain amount of weight that this thing cannot lift. Either that or it's glitched through. It does not seem to want to do that. Now, question is, could I shave off this weight and figure out what it can lift. I wonder if it's going to let me know. So say if I start shaving off, I don't know, maybe the parking lot or something. I wonder if it's going to basically start to lift up even higher. So let's go ahead. I don't want to drop this straight onto the ground. Actually, no, it should be okay. Let's make a cut here. Let's cut all the way across. Let's go ahead and cut there, there. Let's cut through here. Alright. Did it lift any higher? I don't think it did. I'm trying to figure out if it's glitched. Now, this is the thing. It is in the test branch. Normally, they are extremely quick about releasing these updates. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this on Friday is normally their update day for the actual official release of this. But I'm trying to figure out if we've glitched something or it just could be the weight. Let's go ahead. Seems like that's too heavy, so the parking lots are off. So is it glitched? Let's go ahead and just cut around this. Oh, not build, cut. Let's go here, here, and here. And let's cut through there, there, there. It should release a whole bunch of tension here, if it's working. Oh! Oh, I think they just proved it. Okay, so there is a weight value that the piston cannot handle. We'll have to figure that out at a later time, but that's just something I wanted to experiment with. So yeah, that's probably gonna about wrap it up. This is kind of a surprise episode of Scrap Mechanic. I did not expect to be doing this tonight. I actually had something else planned, and that'll have to wait till tomorrow. But anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. Like I said, this is in the test branch. You will not have an automatic update for this. You need to go download it there. In the test branch, you go to like properties, betas, and you should be able to select it from there. But anyways, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this little episode of Scrap Mechanic. Go out, have fun, play with the pistons, show me what you can build. I'm really excited to see some of the creations. I'm excited to do it myself and work with these things. So like I said, if you have any suggestions for this, comment below. If you'd like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel. We will be returning with more town episodes, more vehicle episodes, other games, got some brick rigs planned, and a couple other little surprises here and there. Anyways, folks, hope you have a good rest of your day, and we will see you guys next time on Scrap Mechanic. Thank you!